Hello everybody, my name is Chris and this will be my review for Napoleon, the new Ridley Scott movie starring Joaquin Phoenix. Now, I will start out by saying that this movie celebrates history, and not only does it celebrate history, but with a twist. And just the battle sequences here are highly artistic. They are also very edgy and they feel so epic. And this movie makes me wanna go back and play Assassin's Creed. I haven't been like a big fan of the recent game, but I remember that game that took place like in this time period, or makes me wanna go back there. Now, Joaquin Phoenix is doing an excellent job here. Also, a number of his lines are comedic here, and Joaquin Phoenix even has some really fantastic physical gags. It's a really compelling, fun performance, and while Phoenix doesn't disappear in the role, he does the opposite. That he cements himself as an on-screen presence here, and I think he always most of the time he does that with the type of character he likes to portray, and it's just an incredible presence to have on screen. Now, let me say this day, I would say that the accents in this movie are all over the place, because most of the accents here are British, even though we are in French. And so first you like, this is the British commenting on the situation, and no, those people are supposed to be French. That's ridiculous, because the funny thing is that in the middle of all that is Joaquin Phoenix with an American accent. Like, what are you guys doing? And it's crazy, but it ultimately works, because I was like, they're not changing it, so I'm not going to let that ruin this movie for me. And what helps was the intentionally funny tone, the strength of Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby's performance. We'll get to her in just a moment, and the battle sequences, and just the incredible production values, and also the score. This movie has an amazing score. Now, also, this film feels very current, and like what society has been forced to become a lot more civilized, and thanks to the invention of things like the atomic bomb. And it's pretty clear that if that threat wasn't keeping people in check, we may be having like another French Revolutionary. And because there has been so many uprisings throughout history, and the decision to implement this creative decision to the story to draw parallels to today is just incredible. And how out of control and violent the French were at this time, like, it was nuts, and we're so close to that today. I see shades of that and what is happening today. For instance, Napoleon is almost killed by a mob of politicians, just as Julius Caesar actually was. And like, what now you see similar things that in the news today. Now, it's important to know that historians have said that Scarpa, the screenwriter here, play a little fast and loose with history, and not everything actually happened. I think it's close enough, and they're making such a good points here that I'm okay with it, because I found them very compelling. But back to Napoleon. This movie is really like a two-hander, Phoenix and Kirby. Now, Vanessa Kirby was already a scene stealing on The Crown as Princess Margaret. So good on that show. Also, this movie has several graphic scenes. It's very edgy films, and it permeates the entire film and very much defines Vanessa Kirby's role, but at least the role has depth. She's not like eye candy. Here, the movie makes clear that the sexuality and the producer showed them was woman's only real power until, well, extremely recently. And Kirby does an excellent job of showing a woman forced to play that game, but resenting every second of it, and that makes her relationship with Napoleon fascinating and complex. I mean, it's easy to see why he loves her, but because we have seen that kind of exception depicted so often, but to underscore how Josephine's only ability to wield power at that time was her ability to seduce Napoleon. That was her conquest. That is very refreshing perspective, and not just the woman on the time period, but relationships. And I thought it was really interesting. And again, now moving on to the battle sequences are something else in this movie. They are not only very well filmed, I mean, it's really Scott and massively thrilling. I was like, oh, they're so good. And they also show off a couple of cool facts about battles and at that time, like the strategy in combat. And plus, with today's advancement in technology for filmmaking, you can really keep up with the horses on the battlefield, and then also to show what a cannonball can do. Well, um, you know when you see it, they blow a lot of stuff with a cannonball in here, and it never disappoints. It was like, this is incredible, and these battles have a realistic quality to them. But Napoleon was not only a master technician, but he also had a flair for the dramatic. It was pretty crazy what he was doing, and I want to see Napoleon again and to see those battle sequences what more highlighting. In addition to the visuals, what the depicting by Martin's film's visual score here, and the production values, is always nice to be in Europe, especially in France. Plus, you have the ornate uniforms of the French military and the depiction of the French aristocracy. And this was fascinating from the fall during the French Revolution. And just the opening scene, it was just incredible. And then the aristocracy, after the French Revolution, you see them trying to claw their way back up to the top of society, and that is also very interesting. That's particularly evident in the evolution of just Kirby's Josephine's big part of her character as well, as early in the film, having just released from several years in prison, she's trying to her best to look vibrant and sexy to snag a new husband, because that's the only way she can have any power at this time period. But Kirby, she's trying real hard, even though she was almost starved to death and all of her hair was hacked off in prison. She's gonna do her best, and the costume designing, the hair and makeup team, and then Kirby and her performance, were they able to say by working together seamlessly without the dialogue, just to say in terms of the look and the behavior? I mean, Kirby's role is very shocking with so many nuance and depth. There's a really good role for her, and she does an incredible job with it. So I would love to see her if she gets a nomination for this. Now, I will admit that like the only problem that I felt really with this film was the pacing was off. The movie starts out very strong, but then it spend like too much on Napoleon and Josephine's relationship, and taking too long to get to those battle sequences. And I will have interspersed those battle sequences a bit more throughout the film, so it doesn't feel like that. I also appreciate director Ridley Scott for taking some risks here and trying to modernize this like history lesson here. Like, it's it's modern, but it still comes across like a painting come to life, which is incredible cool. And especially if you like history, there's a big chance that you might like this movie, Napoleon. And I would say that it delivers and is worth seeing on the big screen, especially because of the big action sequences. I mean, director Ridley Scott, he knows how to really direct a movie, and the cinematography here is just exceptional. And because of the cinematography, the long shots, they're so beautiful, and the big battle sequences, and because of the all of the artistic flair this movie has, it's just all of those elements combined deserves to be to watch this film on the biggest screen possible. So I really have a fantastic time watching this film, and honestly, I was this could go either way before seeing this movie, because I don't love like all of the Ridley Scott films that he has made, especially some of the recent ones he has made. So I was a bit scared about that. But then, like after watching this film, I mean, I feel that Ridley Scott was in the top of his game in this movie, making this movie. So I has just have a stunning time watching this like big epic movie. So if you're looking for something like that, this is the movie for you, and go watch it on the big screen possible, because I think this is a movie that really deserves to watch in theater. So that's my review for Napoleon. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.